this video, I'm going to show you how I've turned my page flags from handwritten hot mess into aesthetically organised task tabs. Plus, I'll show you how I use them in my planning system as part of a functional and flexible way of managing and planning tasks. But first, I was meant to share my favourite comment from my previous video in my last video, but I forgot. So we're going to do 2 comments this time from the previous 2 videos. So the first one is from the video on functional planning tips, and it was from Mrs. Snyder 2170, and she said, amongst other things, "Thank you for sharing your personal weaknesses and struggles with being consistent. So many times I feel like everyone in the planning community already has perfected their cadence, and I'm over here scrambling, lol." Well, spoiler alert, nobody has it figured out. And if anyone is appearing to be this graceful swan gliding along the surface of life, well, underneath the surface, their legs are scrambling away like mad, like the rest of us. So I'm glad that by sharing my hot mess experiments, I feel like you guys feel comfortable with me. Hopefully I'm not giving off like professor vibes giving a lecture, which just makes me feel icky and kind of imposter syndrome-y. When I come across as when I just do this as like a friend sharing their experiences, I feel like it's much more relatable. So I'm glad that it's landing where it should, even if I seem a little bit like I have personal struggles and weaknesses, because I do. And then my last video questioning the overuse of planning section or planner sections, my favourite comment was from Kenekuyuki. I'm doing a horrible job of that. I'm sorry. But they said, amongst other things, "I get what you're saying about making planners too complicated. I'm definitely guilty of that. But I do feel like it's working for me. I have a bit of a different system, a bound planner that is very minimalistic and simple for scheduling and to-dos, and a ring binder for everything else. That everything else is information that I reference from year to year for running our small holdings. So yes, there are sections within sections, but the nice thing with the ring system is that if something becomes obsolete, I can remove it." So I just want to share, that is amazing, because I feel like Kenekuyuki has shared the, well, not a secret, but kind of a secret power up of sections within planners, because she's not using it within a planner, she's using it within a reference system. And this is where I feel like that is the power up for sections. So to me, like, a planner is about planning the here and now, planning your week, your day, your month, planning what's happening in the future and keeping that time organized, like the future time organized. Whereas having the sections works when you're using using a ring binder as a reference system for storing important information from the past. And that's where having those sections, and maybe, yes, nested sections, really, really works. So we need to get onto this task tab video. Let's get to it. So finally, welcome to the video. I'm Chloe, in case you're new around here, and I want to talk about task tabs. Now, if you've not heard of them before, I would describe task tabs as sticky page flags with different tasks written on them that you can stick in your planner and move around for flexibility. Now, I first saw Sam Plans doing this in one of her recent 2025 videos, where she was using it for her workouts, and it gave her that flexibility for when energy levels were fluctuating, and say you had the best intention of doing some sort of high impact workout, but then your energy levels maybe tanked during the day, and now you need to do something far more restorative. And what I love about this page flag system for allowing that flexibility is that you don't have that guilt of like a broken promise to yourself when you write things in pen and you say, "Oh, I'm going to do like a HIIT workout with kettlebells this afternoon," and then you don't do it. You feel like your word isn't your bond to yourself. So I love this flexibility of being able to say, well, with the best of intentions, in the perfect setup of a day, at the end of it, I would like to do this high impact workout, but If, for whatever reason, I can't, then I have the flexibility of switching it to something a little bit more low impact. So I implemented this in my system because that often happens to me. As I've said before, I'm in my late 40s and energy levels can drop off a cliff, especially if I've had a challenging day at work. I don't want to go and hit the gym. I want to chill and maybe hit the sauna instead. But I implemented it into my planner so that I wouldn't feel that guilt of breaking the promise to myself. And I did it with the page flags, just handwritten, as I showed you. They were kind of a little bit of a hot mess situation, but it was working and it was a great way to test it out. Then, whilst I was doing that, I thought, well, actually, I could add other things into there. So again, things that needed maybe a little bit more flexibility, like recording videos for YouTube. Yes, I want to get into a weekly cadence of putting videos out every week, but it's really difficult to plan it into my week when I might have out of the blue 2 consultations with customers and I only get 24 hours notice. So I could leave work on Tuesday and be like, oh yes, Wednesday's free for me to work on designing that sitting room and that person's bedroom. And then I'll come in on Wednesday morning and 2 people have booked in. And now I'm doing consultations, taking briefs, taking more information in, trying to design other things. And my brain is just fried at the end of the day. And I don't want to come home and record a video. I want to hit the sauna. So having that flexibility of being able to move things around and knowing that this is the promise that I want to make to myself this week, where it happens in the week isn't as important as long as it does happen. And if I need to move things along a day, that's okay. So, with that said, I did upgrade my sticky tabs a little bit by adding some cute little mini icon stickers for my record a YouTube video and edit the video and write an article for it and blah, blah, blah. But then I saw a video by Aya Plans. I hope I've pronounced that right. And she had it was a task tab system kind of thing going on where she had task cards, she had gorgeous aesthetic looking page flags, and she had labels for the page flags as well, so that she had this whole task management system. And I was like, oh yeah, you set the bar high now. I've got something to aim for. I want to level up my handwritten hot mess with some little mini icon stickers here and there thing that I've got going on, and I want to take it to the next level. So I used what I had, and I will get to that a bit later. But suffice to say, this system isn't about whether it looks super cute and you've got all of the stickers and all of the labels. You really only need a few key things. But the main aspects of this system, and I've bulleted it so I don't butcher it, the main points to remember about this system is that it has 3 key aspects. I would say 3 key aspects. Number 1 is it allows for flexibility on tasks or habits that are important but not urgent and time bound. So for example, in my planner on Friday in the morning, I've got a call with my doctor. That is a set in stone thing. I can't move that on if I decide, actually, I've woken up and I've got loads of energy and I want to hit the gym at 9 o'clock. That is set in stone. So that is penned in. However, going and doing a stair climber workout at the gym, I can be flexible with that. I can do it straight after the call, which was kind of my plan, until my friend said, can we meet for a coffee? I really need a chat. Everything is kind of going on at the moment and I just need to offload. And I'm like, of course, I can just move my stair climber workout on a little bit and we can meet straight after my doctor's call. And that got penned in. So yes, Number 1, it allows you to be flexible for tasks that are important but not urgent and time bound. Number 2, you can use it as prompts for the habits you want to incorporate into your week. So it's a bit like a trigger list. You could have a bank of these sticky notes or sticky tabs, page flags, with all the different tasks and habits that you need to do within your week. And then you can look at that bank of sticky flags and use it as this trigger list or prompts for the things that you want to do or the habits that you want to work into your routine. And then the third thing, and this is where I think using it as a trigger list in conjunction with this third point is you can use it as part of a pre-planning / before the pen system for time blocking your week or day. So how I actually use it is, yes, I'm using a bank of these page flags with different tasks and habits written on it. I'm using it as a bit of a trigger list for what I want to do in the week. And then I'm actually just placing things into my planner. So at the weekend, when I'm planning my week ahead, I'm going to look and see what are the time bound things that I need to put into my planner, like that call with the doctor, that gets penned in, and anything else important that is, it's time bound, I can't move it, it's specific to a day and a time, they all get penned in. Then I can look at my trigger list of tasks and habits and think, okay, how am I going to fit these things in around all of the commitments that I already have? And then I can start to pen things in when I'm happy with the position of certain things. And I'm like, actually, I really do have to do that then. I can't be that flexible with it, because if it doesn't get done then nobody has any clean pants and socks for the following week, or there's no food in the fridge. So there are certain things that I can then pen in, but I can begin to see how busy my week is looking depending on how many page flags and things I've begun to stuck down. So let me see, what's my next point? I need to stay on track because this is the second time I'm recording this video. The first time I just waffled and went all over the place, and I feel like I do still kind of waffle, but it is what it is. It's kind of unscripted, but scripted in that I've got some bullet points to follow. So my first tip is 100% start off handwritten to quickly get this set up in your system as a no fuss, no frills way to see if this is something that you want to incorporate into your planning routine. Once you've got that dialed in and you're like, yeah, this is working and I totally want to elevate this to the next level, then you can look at doing snazzy labels and task cards and blah, blah, blah. Like I didn't just go all in, like, let's do this like perfectly and perfectionately. No, what? I didn't just go into it thinking, this has got to be amazing looking and then never use it because actually the system was too much for me or didn't work with my planning routine. So I'm always about the minimum viable version of whatever the habit or routine is that I want to incorporate into my planner. And then, like, if it's working and it snaps into place for me, then I can go out and start doing all of the things if I need to. I up-leveled my stickers because I have a printer, so I could print them. I bought, and I will show it on screen, I bought this transparent vinyl sticker sheets that you can use in an inkjet and a laserjet printer. And I had the best of intentions of using it to, say, label sections that I then took out or do cute little stickers that I can stick on my monthly spreads, but I'm not really that kind of girl. So it just kind of sat there for a while whilst I sort of tested out a few different things. And then I thought, actually, with these page flags, to level them up and make them nice and neat, I could just print on my vinyl sticker sheets, drop them down to size and stick them onto page flags. And that's what I've done. I've used bits and pieces that I already had. I already had these page flags that I just got from Amazon. So again, I will put links to everything. If you're someone who, like me, is a little bit crafty and you've got like the paper trimmer and you've got a half decent printer and you've got some skills to create these things, I will link the supplies that I use to create my planner stickers, my functional task tabs. Yeah, flexible task tabs. Let's just call it task tabs. So I will leave a link to all of the supplies that I've used to create those. And as an extra bonus, I have put together the Canva template that I actually use because I looked around for icons and I looked on Creative Market because I was thinking, I'll just buy a pack of icons to add to my planner stickers. And then I couldn't really see anything that I really, really liked. And it was going to turn out really expensive to buy all of these different packs of icons to even have enough of a selection of things to use on my task tabs. And then in the end, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this in Canva, as much as I want to do it in Illustrator because it's just so much easier. I love Illustrator. I love InDesign. I hate Canva for certain things, like designing inserts and things. I don't recommend it, honestly. If you learn how to use InDesign and you learn some of the little tricks you can use for like doing dated inserts, there's some amazing tricks that you can use for doing the dates where it's just almost automatic. Love it. So I would never go back to using Canva. I did try in the beginning and was like, this is great for certain things, but not for this. But now doing these little task tabs, I'm waffling, but I have got a point. Doing the little task tabs in Canva turned out to be a bit of a godsend, because I found all of the icons that I wanted to use in Canva. They are pro elements, I will say that. That is the only bummer. So you will need a Canva Pro account if you want to make use of my template. I will price the template at as low a price as I can price it at, because it did take me some time to set it up, but all of the cutting guides are in there. It's fully editable, so you can change some of the wording, and if there's any icons that are missing and you've got a Canva Pro account, you can always search those icons and drop them in and create your own little bank of other page flags. I hope this is making sense, but all of it will be a link in the description, and I'll probably put together a blog post that is way more concise than my waffly going off in different tangent videos. But I hope this has been useful, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.